calling all LSU Tiger fans. This is the episode that everybody has been waiting for, that we have been waiting for. The most exciting episode of the season.
Yes.
LSU baseball is finally here in a month or so.
Less than
a month.
February 14th.
We finally got our LSU preview episode. That's what we're doing. And, maybe, look, right before we start, Japanese superstar Roki Sasaki signed with the fucking Dodgers.
Shocking news.
Shocking, right? He was out on the Padres earlier this week, signed with the Dodgers. Dodgers now have him as the number 5 starter. Dude's a beast.
Yeah.
So, fuck the Dodgers.
But keep being bullies because nobody else is stopping you.
Absolutely. So anyway, LSU baseball. All right. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. I had to get settled real quick. And now.
Yeah.
The boys are back on the beer train for right now, at least. Coach Jay's done, he gave up his diet and everything. Me, on the other hand, I'm still on it. But, hey, just watching my carbs. That's about it. Yeah. Went to the gym today, did my legs, destroyed my legs. So we're good.
Good what you got to do.
Yes. But
look, I did mine for 2 weeks. I'm down 10 pounds. I'm pretty damn happy with that.
I'm not. I don't know what's wrong with me. But every time I weigh in, I do have my steel-toe boots on. So
yeah, well, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
But down 10 pounds. So I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm really excited about this one. If you watched the last one, if you listened to the last one, first off, thank you for listening or watching or both. You saw that I might have been a little down to start the episodes because I thought we were going to talk LSU baseball, but we weren't. However, it gave me and you more time to do a little research.
Correct.
And here we are.
Yeah.
With some research. We got some pages here.
Yeah. Coach Jay's printed everything out that he.
That's one thing in notes. This is 2 thing in notes. Now,
I got home and started writing down a bunch of shit because I learned a lot from.
And we got more back here
that we're not using actually.
We might use them.
Well,
we'll see. But look, to get started, let me just say this real quick. Some of these stats, some of these notes we're going to read off here from D1 Baseball. We're subscribed to them, so thank you, D1 Baseball. You put out a great multiple articles about LSU baseball and their preview and their fall schedule and their fall stats. So that was really good. Some of this is from LSUsports.net, where you click on the player and it gives you a breakdown of what they did the past year, their previous years in college or high school. So, yes, we did research on our own to be able to do some of these notes, but also we're getting some of these stats and stuff from these resources. And for copyright reasons, we're going to call them out. It was D1 Baseball and LSUsports.net. So, thank y'all.
Let's just put it like this just to start, right? So, LSU last year made it to a super regional, right? We lost because maybe of a missed fly ball, maybe of some other things, but mostly because of a missed fly ball. In my opinion, it should have been caught. Should have been caught, but wrong player, wrong position. In my opinion, right? It's been a
freshman on the biggest stage in extra innings
that hasn't played right field before.
Yeah.
Or it might have played it, in his younger ages or whatever. College. Not in college. He's been playing center field all season.
And let me tell you, I am very glad he didn't transfer because LSU fans were giving him shit.
Dude.
Like there was no other. I refuse to be one of those people. One of those.
Words are hard.
One of those people.
Words are hard. Haven't had one of those in a while. I feel like.
on the podcast. Look, if everybody who watches LSU baseball, everybody watched that regional knows who we're talking about. And we're going to talk about him today because I'm pumped that he is still an LSU Tiger. Because this dude has all the potential in the world to be a star.
Correct.
And I am so glad he's back. If you know who we're talking about, good job. If you don't know who we're talking about, go rewatch the game.
And pay attention.
Yeah, or just keep listening to this podcast.
Or just watch what was it, 8th or 9th? It was the 8th.
I thought it was extras.
Might have been extras. 10th.
I thought it was the 10th. I thought we lost in the 10th.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that right?
So go watch it.
Maybe
well, that's the thing. I don't remember if
that was to North Carolina, right?
Yeah. At North Carolina, at Chapel Hill. But Will Helmers came out and had a phenomenal Mikey Matuk and Jared Mitchell. So Mikey Matuk called him Chapel Hill Will.
Yeah.
Like if he would have, if LSU would have won that game,
fact.
That's what he'd be known as.
Fair.
And then it'd be I forget what else they called him. But it was pretty good, like on the spot. But yeah, Chapel Hill Will would have been pretty sick.
That would have been pretty dope. I will say. See what I did there? I will say.
Yes. So oh no, that was a regional. It wasn't a super.
It was not the super.
Did
you say super?
I did say super. It was a regional. I'm sorry. That's the thing. Yeah, I remember now. We didn't make it to a super.
Correct.
Because of that.
That is a fact.
And I think we would have hosted.
We would have. Yep.
Yeah. Which would have been insane.
Yeah, that would have been super dope.
But so
yeah,
check
in
this
10.
out.
Lost 3-4 in the 10th. That's what I thought.
Okay. I just don't remember when the error was.
10th.
So
that's when I took the lead.
Let me just start this by saying, welcome to the beginning of this year's national championship run. Okay? And to do that, in honor of the 2023 national champions, we went ahead and put on the TV the entire College World Series.
I did not know that until I just turned around.
I put it on.
Saw it.
I went ahead and put it on. The LSU highlights from the 2023 World Series, and that's what's on the TV. It's the only way to talk LSU baseball, especially because that's the one that we've won recently, right? We could put all of them on. One second. All 7 of them.
There you go, bud.
We could put all 7 of them on if we wanted to. But being an LSU fan, being an LSU baseball fan is so much better than being an LSU football fan. LSU football fucking lets me down every single year, except for 2019. 2019, obviously.
JoJo did his thing.
Yes, Joe Burrow is the GOAT, and just it's great. But also, we had the Fat Boy Mafia in 2023. We had Riley Cooper and Nate Eichenhausen.
We did.
And they were actually roommates, and you got to imagine what that room smelled like. Had to be terrible.
Look, I'll tell you, Nate last year was one of the most underrated pitchers in the league. And same thing the year before with Riley. Riley, dude, he was 85 from the left side, 86, but just so dominant. Every time he pitched, it was like 4 innings of 0 runs, 0 hit baseball. And that's obviously, I know that didn't happen, but
right.
That's what it felt like watching him pitch. And it's like, okay, he's 86 with a fastball. How can Division I professional ready baseball hitters not hit this fucking ball?
How could guys in the 90s not hit Greg Maddux?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Greg Maddux was throwing 89, 88, like maybe topping out at 90, 91.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have this guy who comes in as a lefty, fat as shit. Like, loved him to death, but
star though. He was a star.
Absolutely. Just disgusting out the pen.
I mean, if you ask Jay Johnson in 2023 who he trusted the most out of the bullpen, no doubt the answer was Riley. No doubt Riley Cooper's the answer.
Now, last year in 2024, who did he trust the most coming out the pen?
Early in the year before he made him a starter was Nate, and then Gavin.
No, what are you talking about?
Who?
Griffin Herring.
Oh yeah, late. Yeah, very late.
All season, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
As a freshman, Griffin Herring was a fucking dog.
I mean, he went to Griffin, but it wasn't early in the year. He went to Nate for multiple innings. In the year,
Griffin sadly got drafted.
Yeah,
right?
Griffin. He really came about. So when LSU went on their run, so they started SEC play 3-12 last year.
Yes.
When they went on their run was when we started seeing Griffin Herring for 2 to 3 innings, and it'd be the 7, 8, 9 innings,
right?
Or the 8, 9, or just the 9, or whatever the case may be,
and just dominant.
And it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's not like it was Friday and he takes off until next Friday.
Yeah,
it was Friday, come back Saturday, come back Sunday if needed, and just crushing it.
Right. So this year. Okay, so I wrote down a list of everything that LSU has lost this year because that's how we have to start this. We have to say, okay, we had 11 guys transfer, including a Brady Neal, a Cam Johnson, Nick Bronzini, Justin Lower, thank God, thank you. Aiden Moffitt.
He went to Lower very early, a whole lot last year.
He actually got drafted. He didn't transfer.
Yes, he did. He got drafted by the Rangers, I think.
Aiden Moffitt transferred to Texas.
Yep. That one kind of stung a little bit.
That one did hurt a little bit. Paxton Kling transferred to Penn State. Michael Bucknam out the Penn. He transferred to Dallas Baptist. Zeb Ruddle, who was a badass pinch runner. I mean, if you put him in, he's going to steal the fucking base. He transferred.
And what a great name, Zeb.
Yes, and he
awesome.
I wonder if it's short for like Zebediah or some shit. Like old school Amish Islam or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be pretty dope though. What a great name.
He transferred to Louisiana Tech. We did lose Yaloa in the draft.
Fidel.
Yes.
The mustache himself.
Yes, the Cuban Missile.
Yeah.
As certain people called him. Who else? Will Helmers graduated. Javen Coleman went to the draft. Christian Little graduated. He, I think, got drafted like in the 18th round or something.
I think he got drafted late, yeah.
Luke Holman, Griffin Herring got drafted. Who else?
Gage Jump.
Hatcher Turd and Gage Jump both got drafted. Kucherak, who was kind of a promising middle infielder.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he transferred to Northwestern State.
He got a couple midweek starts in there, and the batting numbers didn't look good.
He made a couple errors.
Yeah.
In the field, he just not used to the pressure or whatever. First time. I think it might have been the first game he started. He made like 3 errors or some shit. Like it wasn't good. But he was promising. Sam Dutton transferred to Auburn.
Yeah, I like old Dutty, man.
That's where his brother went. I think he went there to be with his brother. If I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure Sam Dutton has a brother that went to Auburn.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Would you like for me to look that up?
No, you don't have to.
Right, I won't.
It's fine. But look, the big thing right here, the big thing in what we lost, okay? And we'll get to this because we gained it as well. We gained better, in my opinion. We lost 3 catchers.
Yeah.
Right? Brady Neal went to Bama. I just said that. And then you lost 2 graduates. Okay? You lost Alex Milazzo and Hayden Travinsky. Mm-hmm. Hayden Travinsky was your DH most of the time. He did get some starts at catcher, and he was pretty damn good.
He got some Sunday and some midweeks at catcher, yeah.
Yes. But once Milazzo became the starter, like it was everything kind of went uphill, right? And Travinsky was just your DH.
Right, yep.
Right, so now you look at it, and you go, shit, like we don't have a catcher. Well, welcome in. Freshman Cade Arambide, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
All right. Now returning Blaze Priester.
Yeah.
Who got to LSU,
Yep.
got redshirted, went to Meridian Community College.
Yep.
And then came back. So he's a redshirt junior this year. Okay. Welcome him back. And then welcome transfer. Who are we counting Hernandez in that? Yeah. Welcome Luis Hernandez from Indiana State, who's a senior. We only have 4 seniors on this team this year, and actually, 2 of them are catchers or can be a catcher, I believe.
Is the other catcher?
Yes.
I mean, is he a freshman?
So no, he's a senior.
No, he's a junior.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Edward.
No. Shit. Who was it?
Edward Yemen.
Yeah, he's catcher, first baseman.
Yeah, he's a junior. 6'5", 207 junior.
Well, fuck, who's the other senior we're done? Oh, Dalton Beck. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's another utility guy.
Yeah.
Outfielder, first base, and pitcher. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so one of them's a catcher. We got 2 transfer catchers, but one of them's a senior, so he'll be gone after this year, for sure. Okay? But the other 2 guys, obviously, like, they're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
One of them, at least, is going to be here for a while. Hopefully. So, I'm hoping he gets a few starts. It's our catching problem is a good problem to have. Our whole problem with this entire...
Our every problem is a good problem.
LSU has problems this
year.
All
right, let's do this real quick. We're betting, men. Over under how many times on this podcast we say good problem to have. 4.5.
I'm going to go under for me because I'm only going to say it once.
We. How many times do we combine?
4.5?
4.5's the over-under.
I think you'll say it way more than me, so absolutely over.
You're taking the
100% over.
Over how?
I'm going to say it one more time. Okay? LSU has a problem, but it is a very good problem to have.
It's a problem every team will. And it's the thing about it is it's not just catcher. It's infield. It's starting pitching. It's outfield. It's bench depth. It's DH position. It is every single aspect of the game. LSU has the issue of who am I going to play where, who am I going to pitch at what spot, in what situation, on what day, who's going to be my starter. Like, it is the perfect problem that Jay Johnson wants to have every single year he's a coach. And the problem that you and me would want to have if we were a coach, and the problem that every coach in the country wants to have.
The main issue here is you have so much depth. Like, and you're going to have a lot of transfers next year.
Yeah.
You're going to. Right? And I'm hoping that LSU has a lot of guys drafted and in positions that we have freshmen and everything. And I'm sure they had guys redshirt, right? Like MJ Seo from last year. I didn't even see him on this year's roster.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be a stud. I don't know what he did. I don't know where he transferred or whatever, but I'm sure he got redshirted last year.
Let's see. MJ Seo. Is that SEO?
Yeah.
MJ Seo. LSU Sports.
He was a freshman last year, didn't play. So he you gotta backspace or go back.
Yeah, let's get
go back to Google and see if you see another school.
Wichita State Athletics.
There you go. So he's at Wichita State now.
Oh, nope. Which started. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, so he's at Wichita State now, and you can see normally on the
red shirted at LSU.
Yep, there you go.
And coming out of high school, this was the number 2 ranked shortstop, number 16 overall in the state of Texas by a perfect game.
There you go.
Nationally ranked as the number 40 shortstop and the number 160 player overall.
Yep. Dude was a stud.
And it really varies. So overall ranking by perfect game, according to Wichita State's website, which is GoShockers.com, he was the 160th player overall by perfect game. But if you look at Baseball America, he was the number 63rd ranked player.
Interesting.
So a 97 number differ lower than perfect game if you look at Baseball America.
Look, you know what I'm ready for this year? I'm ready
to talk LSU.
I'm ready for fucking T-Bob. I'm ready for T-Bob to say fuck you, Florida, at least 20 times on air. All right? I'm ready for him to just keep yelling, lose his fucking voice. I'm ready for Matt Moscona to praise his team.
There he is. On TV.
Yeah, correct. With Hudco Roofing.
No, we don't.
They're not a sponsor.
No, we don't advertise Hudco Roofing. They're not here anymore, by the way.
They're not?
No, they're back in North. Anyway, next.
Sorry about that. I just hit a soft spot on Coach Chase. But look, we both have LSU shit on. Let's get into it. Returning to this LSU Tigers team from last year, Stephen Milam, Jake Brown, Gavin Guidry, Michael Braswell, Josh Pearson, Mick Paul, Jared Jones, Cade Woods. Is it Cade or Caden? I think it's
Cade? No, I think it's just Cade.
I think it's Cade too. I
got it. You keep going through the list.
It's
I
Cade.
got you. It's Cade. Yeah.
It's Cade Wood, Jaden Newt, Cade Anderson, Ethan Fry, Chase Shores, DJ Premu, and Ashton fucking Larson.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what's returning.
Mm-hmm.
These are studs. Every single one of these. Mick Paul, disgusting. Cade Woods out the pen, pretty nice. Jaden Newt he had Tommy John
Coming off of Tommy John, but he's really solid.
He is solid. Cade Anderson, perfect midweek starter last year. I think he takes a role in the weekend rotation at some point.
I think he does to start the year. I don't think he stays there.
Yeah, Ethan Fry is going to get a lot of pinch hitting opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he gets a little bit more starting opportunities.
Yep.
I just don't know where you play him.
Yeah, we're gonna get to where you play all these guys here in a little bit.
Ashton Larson, I hope he starts every fucking game. The only person I don't necessarily like that's returning, and you probably agree with me, is gonna be Pearson.
Let me see something.
These are the ones that you dropped off.
Where's the ones that you wrote down your list?
Right here. Oh,
your starting lineup
right
and
there.
stuff. Let me see.
Right there. Opening day starting lineup.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the only thing right here, like I said, Josh Pearson. Okay, I love that he's loyal. I love that he's an LSU guy. Okay, but it's tough. He's very clutch.
He is clutch.
That is the issue.
Yep.
That we have. Okay, and again, it's a good issue.
Go ahead and say it. That's one.
All right. That's not one. That's like 5 already. We're already over.
But we were going from that point.
Okay.
So go ahead and say it. There's one.
That's one. All right. But okay, so look, Pearson can play anywhere in the field. He can play. I say anywhere. He can play all your outfield positions, and he can play second base.
Right. Correct.
Right. So
you got 5 spots on the field for Pearson. You got 3 outfield spots. You got second base. You got DH.
Right.
Okay. You got 5 lineup spots for him. You got 4 positional spots.
I see him as the most clutch pinch hitter on this team.
Yeah, and we'll kind of go through each of these catcher position, break down their numbers. Infield position, break down their numbers. Outfield.
I'm just rambling here. What do you want to start with?
So I don't know. Like it's so much.
What position you want to start with?
I think we just start with catcher. I think we start with catcher. But I want to get to this first. So one thing I want to say is last episode, y'all heard me do the majority of the talking. So far this episode, I'm so glad you're back to your normal self and you're doing the majority of the talking.
I got a beer in my hand, buddy. That's fucking why.
I am appreciating your talking here because I did the majority of it last time and I hated it. You're doing the majority of it this time. I'm just kind of sitting back like checking stuff off my list. Like, yep, he said that. He said that. He said that.
Yeah.
But, no, all right, so this team is ranked number 3 to start the season. Okay? And look, I got right here. Ranked number 3 don't make any sense. But here's the reason why it does make sense.
Is that how you wrote it?
Yes.
Oh, why it doesn't make... Oh, no, you literally put don't make any sense.
Yes. But
it don't make any sense.
Yeah, we're from South Louisiana, man. It's fine.
Yeah, but that's not how we talk.
But it's how I talk. But
words are hard.
The thing about it is this is a team that, yes, we were on border of even making postseason last year. You made it. You pushed Carolina to the 10th, who was hosting in the regional and the championship of the regional. You push them to the 10th, a bad play, a misplay, an error, however you want to word it, however you want to say it, it's definitely an error, but happens, gives them the lead. They ended up shutting it down in the 10th. They win, move on, but you're one bad play, one big hit even away from hosting a super. But this team finishes not ranked last year, like in the final rankings.
Right,
and what comes in, everybody who does these rankings, who has a voice, says, okay, look what's coming into LSU. This team has to, and look what's coming back, right? You got postseason experience, you got championship experience, right? So you start ranked number 3. I mean, if you ask me, look, here's why I say it don't make any sense. You got 9 MLB draft prospects, which is amongst the highest in everyone else. You got the number 1 freshman class, which includes 12 of the top 100 players. You got the number 1 transfer class, which include 9 of the top 100 players. You got 5 top 100 sophomores, most than anybody in the league. 5 top 100 juniors, most than anybody in the league. Like, this team, you look at this team strictly off of paper, you're sitting here saying, this is 2025, book your trip. If you're an LSU fan, book your trip right now to Alm Hall because they're there. Get ready for all the games because book game 1 and game 2 of the World Series because that's all they're going to need. They're blowing everybody out in the World Series. Like, that's just what you're looking at. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Team stacked.
I completely understand, but look at us, okay, me and you,
Okay.
beginning of last season, right? On paper, we look like fucking animals, right?
Yeah.
Book your trip. And then we get to SEC play.
Yeah.
And we just get destroyed. right?
We started year 3-12.
We lose the first 5 series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then you get to SEC tournament. So, like, you talked about the regional. Fuck all that. Look at the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
We barely got in.
Right.
And we get to the fucking championship game against your now defending national champions in Tennessee, who Tony V just had that squad fucking insane, which they're ranked number 4 this year, and I don't understand that one.
Yeah.
I could see them at number 1. I don't know.
The reason A&M's at number 1 is because you got Jace Lavalette there, who's projected to be the number 1 pick with Ethan Holiday.
But you lost fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Your coaching staff.
Yeah, no shit.
You lost everyone.
And look, here's the thing about it is that you didn't just make it to the championship with the defending champs, as you said, Tennessee. You pushed Tennessee to the fucking brink where you lost 3-4 again.
Yes.
Like, it's not like Tennessee beat you 10-2.
It was a hell of a game.
Dude, I'm saying that it was a fight. It was something that, as LSU fans that watched just about every single game, I mean, I don't recall missing a game. I mean, maybe we might have missed one here or there, but I don't recall not sitting down and watching a first inning through ninth inning game last year. Well, maybe one, because I think I had a wedding to be at.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I had a wedding to be at. It was on a Saturday, so I missed a Saturday game.
I'm still irritated that my wedding is on game 1 of LSU Tennessee at LSU this year.
Yeah.
And then that Saturday, I kind of want to try to go to the game that Saturday.
Let's go. I'm down.
But that Sunday, we leave to go to our honeymoon.
Yeah.
So, like,
It's fine, but it's okay. But it's just one of those things.
About to call it off.
If you watched, as LSU fans, if you watched the games last year, you sat back and you said, this team's got more talent than they know what to do with. It was the fact that we could not put an entire game together. We would put a game together where Luke Holman would go 6 of dominant baseball, or Gage Jump would go 6 of dominant baseball, but we couldn't score a run. We would go where we would score 8, and our starting pitchers would give up 9, or the bullpen would come in and give up 9. Like, it was so they could not put an entire game together. And we saw after the 3-12 start, after the 5 or 6 straight losses to start losing series to start the SEC play.
Right.
We saw them start putting games together.
Yes.
And they went on a tear. And you got hot at the right time. You sneak into the SEC tournament, as you said. You beat South Carolina. You take Tennessee to the fucking brink in the championship to earn your way to a regional, because, I mean, in all reality, you probably shouldn't have been in one. If LSU got beat game 1 of SEC tournament, they weren't making a regional. Let's call it what it is. They weren't making it.
Correct.
Okay, but you run through the SEC tournament, you get to the championship, take Tennessee to the break, end up losing in championship. You earn your way there to North Carolina. You make it to that regional, and you lose in the 10th just because of a bad play.
In the final.
Yeah.
Like
the championship.
And you had to beat North Carolina twice.
Yep.
Like, so that was...
And you had already beat them once, 8-4.
And they had Honeycutt. And they had a squad.
And Grahovich, who transferred to A&M, by the way. Who was a freshman, third baseman. That was an absolute monster.
I had the schedule pulled up. Did we fucking play them?
Yes, we do. It's down toward the bottom.
Towards the end of the year?
Yeah.
So I know we got Texas to begin SEC play, which I'm not a huge fan of. But hey, do what you got to do. Mississippi State might be a powerhouse this year.
It's after Oklahoma. Keep going.
I'm just looking.
I told you it's toward the end.
I know, but I'm just looking.
Right there.
A&M in May.
Mm-hmm.
So we got A&M, then Arkansas, then South Carolina to finish out the season.
Yeah.
But in Arkansas is technically, I've seen people rank them number 1 in the SEC.
Yeah, you're in the SEC. It don't matter who you are. You got a dogfight of a schedule.
Okay, but I've seen multiple people rank them number 1 in the SEC, and they're not even in top 5.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, look, they got it. It's still the SEC. Either way you look at it, the bottom team in the SEC is one of the better teams in all the other conferences.
Dude, what's crazy? What's crazy to me is we're not only dominant in like football. Like everybody knows, like SEC is kind of top tier when it comes to football.
Yeah,
but not a lot of people really pay attention to baseball, which sucks to me. I wish more people watched it. Mm-hmm. But baseball, SEC it's SEC, ACC, right?
The thing about it though is, like, yes, we know SEC is dominant in all factors, right?
Basketball, even basketball, fucking Tennessee, Bama, Georgia, even.
Kentucky for years before Calipari left.
Absolutely.
Like, but if you look at LSU specifically, like let's just take LSU specifically. You're always contending in football, right? Football's so difficult. A bad day can lead to a loss. Like football's difficult. Baseball, you won a national championship. Women's basketball, you won a national championship.
Correct.
Gymnastics, you won a national championship. Track, you won a fucking national championship.
I mean,
like all within the last couple of years.
And if you want to go back to 2019, you won a football.
You won a football championship.
Right.
Like all within the last couple of years. Women's volleyball was third last year. Beach volleyball. Men's beach volleyball is always pretty good. Like track and field's always fucking dominant. Like, dude, it's not just like LSU's a football and basketball school.
Yeah.
I mean, the women are the defending gymnastic champions right now. I went to the SEC tournament in New Orleans. Dude, it was electric to be in that arena. And I'm going to more gym meets this year because of how much fun it is and how into the crowd, dude. It's so rowdy. It's almost like you're at a football game, how loud they get whenever you do something good.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Your fiance was a gymnast.
My fiance was a gymnast too, so that helps get into it. So, I mean, dude, like, it's a good time to be in LSU. And I said it last year after Jim won. I came on here and I said, man, it's a good time to be an LSU freaking fan because you're coming off a national championship in baseball, you're coming off a national championship in women's basketball, you're coming off a national championship in gym, you're coming off of SEC championship in track, you're coming off of 3 years ago or now 5 years ago was your football championship. Like you brought Jaden here. You had a lot of stuff to be happy about. But you're right though. I mean, Big Ten, ACC, SEC. That's it. Notre Dame's making a name for themselves in football right now, independent, but
that's football. Big Ten, ACC, SEC. Is football. ACC and SEC is baseball. You got your Virginia, your North Carolina, Florida State.
Yep.
Right. Clemson even.
Yep.
Duke.
Like
Duke.
Yep.
Right. You have your ACC and then you have your SEC.
Yep.
Of fucking dogs.
Absolutely.
Especially Texas now.
And Oklahoma.
Texas. I don't know if I count Oklahoma just yet.
Yeah,
we got to see.
I'm just saying that the name follows, though.
Right,
like the name follows.
Right, but Oklahoma's never really been baseball.
But you can get there now.
Yes,
you can get there now.
So I mean, LSU.
Look at Georgia. Georgia was never really in baseball either.
Yeah,
and look what they did last year.
Well, they had what's his fuck,
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie Connor.
But now you got what's the pitching coach that went be their head coach there? Oh my God,
shit. LSU pitching coach.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He came from the major leagues. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
There's no way I'm doing this right now.
We're both doing it. It's okay.
Please give me this guy's name real quick.
I wish this is
where I wish I had somebody in my ear saying, "Oh yeah, his name's this."
Yeah.
We don't have nobody in our ear.
Coach, Georgia baseball coach.
Come on, bud, you can do it.
Wes Johnson. Jesus. But you got him there who's going to attract pitching. Let's not forget their pitching staff was one of the worst in the league last year. Their offense was one of the best, which made up for it, but their pitching staff was one of the worst. Yeah, but he's not the pitching coach.
Yeah, but he's the head coach, but he is a pitching coach.
Yeah, but he's a pitching coach, but he's not the pitching coach.
Yeah, well, he turned Paul Skeens from a catcher/dual player to number 1 overall pick.
We're completely forgetting right now that fucking Paul Maneri's at South Carolina.
Yes, he is. It's crazy. All right.
So, what are they going to fucking be?
Yeah. All right. So I say catcher position first. That's kind of what you harped on the most in there. Let's go. Let's look at the catching position. As you said already, Travinski, Milazzo both going as graduates. I think Travinski got drafted somewhere. I don't think Milazzo did. Brady Neal transfers to Alabama. That's a tough loss. I hated losing Brady Neal. I really like him. Defensively, he's Offensively, I think he's got a ton of potential. He just needed more at-bats.
I thought defensively it was Milazzo, Neal, Travinski.
Yep, I agreed.
Although Travinski had a huge arm.
Yeah.
Travinski just couldn't really block.
Well, like 6'12", he should have a big arm, but
I think Jared Jones is a little bit bigger than Travinski.
Yeah, but so he's a big boy.
Yeah.
So, as you said, we got incomers. Indiana State transfer, Luis Hernandez, number 32 in the portal. Freshman, Cade, how are we saying his last name?
Aaron B-Day.
And coming back to LSU, Blaze Priester, also transferring from
Meridian Community College.
Edward Yaman IV coming here. So, you said it already. Catcher looked thin. If there was a question mark somewhere after Brady Neal transferred, especially, it was like, all right, where's LSU going to go catcher-wise? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 here we are. Catcher position set in stone. You get a guy in Luis Hernandez.
Were you saying Yemen transferred from Meridian Community College?
No, I thought that's what you were saying.
No. I thought you were saying Priester was transferring from Meridian.
No.
So Yemen transferred from Dayton.
Yep. All right. Yep.
I have it all written down.
I got you.
So if you need somebody, let me know.
Yeah, I got you. Indiana State transfer, Luis Hernandez, the guy I want to start with first. This is a guy, defensively, not the best. Kind of like Travinski, but big dude, number 32 in the transfer portal overall. This guy hit 23 homers last year. I project, you project, Mikey Matuk projects. He's DH starting the year. I think
he kind of stays DH. Maybe midweek games they let him catch
just to give a break.
Yeah,
I mean, but you got 4 catchers, so you don't really have to give anybody a break. If you want to rotate guys in and out, you can.
To me, essentially, you have 3.
Yeah.
Right. You have 3 catchers. You have Priester, Aaron B-Day, and you have Hernandez.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Yaman's on the outskirts.
Yeah. I think Yaman's just kind of chilling there. He's a junior. I think maybe you let him start a couple midweek games, not many.
Just to see. I mean, you never know if everybody goes through a slump. So if you got to give some time, a guy time off, and I mean, look, this is no knock on Yaman. This is a guy that played 53 games last year at Dayton. Hit 342, 13 homers, 14 doubles, 54 RBIs. This is a guy that's good.
He's also listed as a first baseman, too. So maybe you give Jared Jones a little break.
On Sunday.
Or midweek.
Yeah.
Right? And then you let him play first, and say you let Jared Jones DH. Fuck it. I mean, and then put Hernandez on the bench for a little bit. Or let Hernandez catch. Right? I think that's kind of what happens when Aaron B-Day catches. When Aaron B-Day catches, you have, or Priester, either one.
Yep.
You have Hernandez at DH, right?
Right.
And then you have Jared Jones at first.
Yeah.
But if you put Hernandez at first, then you have to put Jared Jones at DH.
Yeah. There's no way you keep Jared Jones out your lineup. You can't.
Right.
He's too good. This is a guy with first round potential here. Might lead the league in homers, might lead all of NCAA in homers this year.
Right.
This is a guy that's an absolute star. You can't keep him out your lineup. Hit 298 last year with 28 homers.
Now, I'm just curious as to why he wasn't on the list of top 100 or top 75 or whatever the fuck it was, juniors.
Yeah. I don't know.
He got left off that list, so I think he's coming with a vengeance.
Yeah, I do too. I agree.
I think he's about to destroy shit.
So that's Luis Hernandez, though. I mean, we all think he's going to be a permanent DH at some point. We do think he'll get some catching time here and there. It's not going to be a lot.
Yeah, it's not going to be much.
I think you see Priester and Aaron Beatty are your 2 main catchers. So let's start. Let's go to the freshman, Aaron Beatty here. Good defensively. Has a big arm from what everybody says. His fall numbers were a slight 360 batting average with 6 doubles. This is a freshman going up against a Chase Shores that we're expecting to be a Friday night starter. A Cade Anderson, who was a monster last year, expecting to be a weekend starter. It's not like he's facing bad people.
Yeah.
I mean, he's facing LSU, and you throw a couple different teams up in there. What we saw, Sam Houston, maybe was it
Sam Houston
inter squad game or
I think they scrimmaged
scrimmage
UL.
game.
I think they scrimmaged UL this offseason.
So you look at somebody like that, and is this a guy that gets a shot early? Like, could we see him this weekend starting Saturday or starting on Sunday to give Priest? I think Priester gets to start, who we're about to talk about, at catcher.
Yeah.
And Hernandez is at DH, which leaves Aaron Beatty on the bench, essentially. But is this a guy that, say, Sunday, he gets a start? Probably. Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever we're playing Southern and Nichols, probably sees a start up in there with Hernandez or Yaman. But, dude, this is a guy that they're super excited about. I mean, he's a monster. He's making it really hard for Jay Johnson to keep him out the lineup. I mean, you play fall games. I don't know how many games it is, 12, 15 games, whatever it may be.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
And you hit 360 with 6 doubles. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, let me look at this right here. Doubles leaders right here. Guess who's first? Aaron Beatty, tied for first.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it really hard to leave this kind of guy out of the lineup. And it sucks that you got to leave him out the lineup, by the way, if you decide to. Yeah. Okay? So that's Aaron Beatty. And then you got, as we said, Blaze Priester coming back. Started his career at LSU, went to Meridian Community College. Now he's back. Meridian last year. This guy is just a stud. I mean, at Meridian, 377, 14 homers, 65 RBIs. In the fall league, which we've been talking about, he's got a team leading 7 homers and 21 RBIs. How do you keep him out of the lineup?
Yeah.
With huge power potential, as we've seen, 7 homers. Like I said, I think it's 12, 13, 14 games, something like that they play in the fall.
Yeah.
And you got 7 homers in those amount of games. I mean, it's one every other game if you can't do the math.
So we were talking about lineups earlier before we started this, and I just want to put this out there. Okay. They did play in Lafayette against UL.
Okay.
This fall. Leading off, Stanfield. Okay, in center.
Yep.
And then Curiel in left. Jerry Jones in 3-hole at third base. Yes, you heard me correctly. They've been putting him at third this fall.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Jake Brown, DH. In the 4-hole.
Really?
Yes. Daniel Dickinson in the 5-hole at second. Costello, which I think I wrote something down on him earlier.
Costello? Who's that?
Yes. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. He's a freshman.
Ryan Costello, first baseman.
Yes.
6'3", 203.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What was he?
He was ranked overall player 29. Wow, 29. Wow, I'm dyslexic. 92 by perfect game. Number 2 first baseman in the high school class. His senior year at Rainey High School, he hit .562 with 14 homers and 34 RBIs.
Okay, so he was hitting in the 6-hole, right?
Who? Hold on. What's this cat's name?
You just had
Ryan
had it pulled up. Ryan Costello. You have it pulled up.
All right, Ryan Costello, yeah, but I'm looking at fall. According to Tiger Rant here, fall league through 10 scrimmages. All right, so this is not completely updated. This was October 29th. Fall league, he had 29 plate appearances, 23 at-bats, 7 hits for an average of 304. On-base percentage, 443. 5 walks to 5 strikeouts. Okay, so a 1-on-1 strikeout there, not too bad. Looks like he got 1 start in right field and 8 starts at first base through these 10 games. So I guess he might have pinch hit one time. Pinch hit one time, not pinch hitted. Or maybe this is innings. It might be innings.
Probably.
So 1 inning in right field, 8 innings at first base. Yeah, okay. 7 for 23, 304 average through 10 games.
Right. So Ryan Costello in the 6-hole at first base. Okay. Then you have Hernandez catching in the 7th hole.
Okay.
Mick Paul.
Ooh, love McPaul.
In right field.
I'm a big fan of McPaul.
I am. I'm a huge fan. So Mick Paul in right field batting 8-hole.
I was never going to see the field, but I'm a big fan of Mick Paul.
And in the 9-hole, Braswell at short.
Yeah.
And Guidry's on the mound starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why it's a false scrimmage.
So
this lineup,
false scrimmage in Lafayette.
I am willing to bet $150
that lineup never comes out.
that we never see that lineup this year.
Yeah. All right.
That combination of 9 and Guidry starting, I'm willing to bet $150 that we don't see that.
I'm just scrolling through their Facebook, and I don't know if you saw. You know the movie Twins?
No.
Have you ever heard of it? So it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito from the 90s. Okay. And the movie cover of it is Arnold Schwarzenegger standing up tall, like standing up normal. They're dressed in the exact same thing.
Standing up normal.
Yeah, like just standing up straight.
Okay.
Okay. And then Danny DeVito is like leaning up against him, right? Standing up, just kind of leaning, and it's up against him. Well, LSU baseball has recreated this picture. And could you guess who resembles these two fuckers?
Okay.
Who would you guess LSU recreated that photo with?
I mean, if I'm looking at one small and one tiny guy, I would probably go with Maverick Grizzly and Stephen Malam.
That's not, well, Malam is correct, but Jared Jones is the other one. They recreated this photo. Yeah,
I know, but I'm looking at massive people. Maverick Grizzly, who we're about to talk about, 6'9".
Does he remind you of Parker Bug?
Ooh.
I mean,
I forgot about Parker Bug.
Oh, buddy, pulling it off the dome. Pulling it off the dome.
That's a good one. That's solid right there. Okay.
Parker Bug would surprise me about Parker Bug. He only threw like 93.
Yeah.
He was like 6'10", I believe.
Yeah, it's...
And we didn't have the right pitching coach
at the time.
At the time,
correct.
Alan Dunn.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, they did play in Biloxi too. I just want you to listen to this one. This is kind of more realistic.
Okay.
Batting first, Daniel Dickinson at third.
Love that.
I don't know if I love it at third, but Daniel Dickinson leading off at third. Curiel playing left, batting 2-hole.
Oh.
Jared Jones playing first at 3-hole.
Oh my God.
Hernandez catching at 4. Jake Brown DHing. So far these lineups have Jake Brown DHing. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I need that speed in the outfield.
Yeah, I want him in center.
Yeah.
That's where I want him. Malam at second, batting 6-hole. Braswell at 7, playing short. Josh Pearson, I assume, because it's JS instead of JN. They have him at fucking DH too. Who's hitting?
So no, wait. It says JS or JN.
JS.
Okay, yeah, that's Josh. They do have a John Pearson.
Okay, but they have 2 DHs in this lineup.
The fuck?
Yeah. Stanfield.
That's what you get to do in a scrimmage.
Stanfield bat 9-hole playing center, and Ashton Larson playing right.
Okay. So
it seems like Pearson's hitting for Larson.
Yeah.
And they have Chase Shores on the mound.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in Biloxi.
They do have a John Pearson on this team who looks just like Josh. Got to be related.
No, this is his little brother.
Yeah, got to be related.
You didn't know that? This is his little brother.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I mean, they look like twins. So
yes, no. So John.
I would assume that they were related.
So John is Josh's fatter younger brother.
All right. Yeah, outfield third baseman, 6 foot, 248.
Yeah, go look at Josh.
Let's see what Josh is.
It's up towards the top. I think he's 11.
Josh Pearson right there, 5'10", 190.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know it's tough.
John's big as fuck.
You mentioned the guy in the first lineup, but not in the second lineup here that I want to talk about, and it's a guy that I can't believe LSU. I mean, I can believe it, but I can't believe LSU has on their team. And it's Daniel Dickinson. This is a dude.
He's a monster.
This is a guy, 6 foot, 200, can play all over the infield. Transfer from Utah Valley. Okay, he's the number 2 ranked player in the portal this year, and LSU got him. by the way, this goes back to the number one portal class that LSU had, and we're going to get to all the rankings that LSU got here in a few minutes. But this is a guy that hit 369, 27 homers, 95 RBI, and an on-base percentage of .457 in his career. Last year alone, by itself, as a sophomore, hit 363, 14 doubles, 2 triples, 18 homers, 53 RBIs. And here's the craziest stat of them all to me, because this ain't something that you see in college baseball. 32 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a guy that is a stud. He's first team all WAC. This is an absolute monster that you get to stick in there with Braz and Malam. We're all assuming the starting infield day one, 3.5 weeks away from now, is going to be Jones at first, Dickinson at second, Malam at short, and Braswell at third. That is what every report is telling us right now. That is what we believe. That is what we've thought for a long time. Everybody raved about Malam at shortstop anyway. Braswell at shortstop is kind of up and down. You really don't know what you're going to get. He kind of reminds me of what's Kim Mulkey's son's name. He can make the easy play, or can't make the easy play, but can make the freaking really good one.
Oh, stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
No, Kramer.
Robinson. He can't make the easy one, but he can make the
Robertson.
Yeah.
Yes.
He can make the hard one look easy, but the easy one look really hard.
In my opinion,
but
that's Jordan Thompson.
It's Jordan Thompson too, 100%.
And Jordan Thompson had a hose.
Yeah, he had a cannon. But this is a guy in Daniel Dickerson. I don't think you can get higher praise from a coach than the sentence that Jay Johnson said about him. I know you haven't really looked through these notes, but it's in these notes here on page 2 at the top. Jay Johnson came out and said he's a throwback player, okay, has a high baseball IQ, and here you go, right here. Speaking as Jay Johnson here, I requested that he wears number 14 because he reminds me of Pete Rose.
I did see this quote.
That is dude, I got the chills right now. That is the best quote as an LSU fan for a transfer coming in with the hype that he's got. I don't know if you can get something better than that quote right there. Jay Johnson told him to wear 14 because the motor that he plays with, the IQ of baseball that he has, the way he plays the game reminds him of the greatest baseball player of all time, in my opinion, Pete Rose.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Rest
Pete.
in peace, Pete.
We lost a lot of legends over this past year. Pete was one of them.
Yeah.
Dude, if a coach walked up to you and said, would you want a better compliment than being compared to fucking Pete Rose?
Well,
maybe if I was the hitter of Barry Bonds, maybe, because he's the greatest hitter of all time, I think.
These guys are young as shit, so they had to probably Google who the fuck Pete Rose is.
Well, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Right? If you're a true baseball guy, you know.
Yeah, you know Pete Rose, you know the story, you know why he's banned, you know how he's been trying to get out for years,
right?
How he's gone,
especially if you watch MLB Network in the last,
how he's gone to the Baseball Hall of Fame and signed autographs in front of their doors,
yeah,
because they won't let him in. Like it's there's a whole thing. Look, if you don't know the Pete Rose story, by all means go look it up, go watch, just Google this guy. Go watch videos of him because I've seen people play hard. I've seen Bryce Harper play hard. I've seen Craig Biggio play hard. I've seen Mike Trout play the game like there was no tomorrow. I have seen guys play the game hard. I've never seen anybody play the game like Pete Rose played it. I mean, in an all-star game, he trucked the catcher. No all-star game in history do the NFL's virtually flag football now.
The
NBA all-star game is just shoot whatever you want to do whatever kind of crazy dunk, whatever alley-oop, full court this, full court that, throw alley-oop balls, whatever. This dude trucked a catcher with the intention of hurting him because he wanted to win. That's it. Plain and simple. The allegations of him betting against baseball, will never stand with me. I don't give a shit that it was proven. I don't care. Because there is no way this dude ever bet against him or his team. This is the leading hitter in baseball ever. He's got the most hits in baseball history. All this dude wanted to do was win. You will never convince me he bet against himself or against his team, which was the illegal part, by the way.
Yeah. But, okay, so you know what it reminds me of, though? Right?
Tell me. I'm on one right now.
So you told me, you just said he ran over a catcher in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
Okay? In NFL, Sean Taylor hit the fuck out of a punter.
Yes. Yes.
In a Pro Bowl.
In a Pro Bowl, yep.
In a Pro Bowl. Destroyed that man.
I apologize to the NFL because I'm pretty sure I called it their All-Star game too. It's not. It's the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I had to think about it too.
Sean Taylor, yes,
Sean
did
Taylor
the same thing.
destroyed that punter.
Yep, you're right. You are correct.
Killed the fuck out of that dude.
But dude, this kid Daniel Dickinson, I am so pumped to watch him play baseball. But just going back to kind of the infield play here, Braswell really didn't come along until a few weeks into the season. Milan wasn't even starting for the first couple of weeks. He didn't even see the field for the first however many games. And then Pearson kind of had his issues where Milan got to start at second and took full advantage, and we never saw him leave the field. Yep. Right? And they had to find something else for Pearson.
It's a whole Tom Brady situation.
Look, this is a whole thing with the infield. I'm banking on the infield being Jones, Dickinson from first to third here. Jones, Dickinson, Milan, Braswell. I think you're the same way.
Yeah.
Okay. Bank on that being your starting four in the infield. But by all means, you better not slip up if you're one of these three guys. I'll say three because Jared Jones is not coming out the lineup.
No.
So Dickinson, Milan, Braswell, you better not slip up because you got guys like David Hogg, Mickey Ryan, John Pearson, Tanner Reeves, who's a transfer from Blinn College, who only hit in his 2 years at Blinn College, hit a batting average of 389, 28 homers, 142 RBIs. That's an insane number of RBIs in 2 years.
Absolutely. Expect him to get some starts in midweek games.
Yeah, in 28 bags. I mean, this is a guy that if one of these catchers don't produce, could easily slot into a DH role. I mean, look, make it number two. It's a good problem to have for LSU. You got four guys on your bench that could go be four starters somewhere else. Correct.
And they want to come to LSU.
And they want to be a Tiger.
That's the special thing about LSU is that the guys that you have on this team want to be there.
Yep.
Right? I think we have one guy on the entire roster, if I'm not mistaken. And his name is nope, not him. Dylan Thompson. Dylan Thompson is the only guy.
All right, you got this one for a few minutes, Coach.
Yeah, so Dylan Thompson's the only guy, and whenever you get back, you got it for a few minutes. All right? Coach Jay's going to take a piss for people that don't know. But Dylan Thompson's the only guy on this entire roster that is so loyal that he got redshirted last year and did not transfer. Okay? So he is a redshirt freshman this year. He's an infielder and a pitcher. Right, but he got redshirted last year and saw his opportunity and said, "You know what? I'm gonna stay." Right, so I'm hoping he gets a chance at some point. Like I hope he doesn't become just some guy that's just on the team because he's on the fucking team. We have so many guys like this. This is just insane. And look, Coach Jace didn't hear this, but I'll tell him whenever he gets back. We have a problem. And it's a great problem to have. 3. Yep. Coach Jace is back.
We're at 3.
But it's you look at all this and you're like, holy shit, like what are we gonna do?
So what guy are you on here?
Well, I just talked about Dylan Thompson. He's the only guy on the team that didn't transfer after getting redshirted.
Okay.
Right? He's the only guy that stayed on the entire lineup this year. But, I mean, you look at this roster from top to bottom. we have not only a stud-filled starting rotation, starting infield, outfield, but we also have the guys on the bench are just insane. Between transfers and freshmen, dude, it's insane. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I don't even know where we're at this point in these notes.
We're good.
I know, but
I got us. Don't worry.
See, and that's the point. That's the reason why I haven't gone piss yet, is because I want to be a part of this conversation, and we're already an hour in.
Holy smokes!
We are.
Jeez, I'm Pete.
Welcome to the 2-hour episode.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be every bit of 2.
It's because we're not skipping shit.
No, we're not. This is a very important episode. I mean,
MLB we will skip. I will say.
Look,
I'm going piss.
All right, you go piss. So you only talked about Thompson?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go with Ethan Fry here. Look, this is a guy that I love. Ethan Fry. This is a monster of a player. This dude is 6'6", 225. Huge guy. Number 1 catcher coming out of Louisiana a couple years ago, according to Perfect Game. Number 2 overall player in the state. You know, we just talked about catchers and how deep they are. This is a guy that you can go put there if you need to. Hopefully, you know, we don't need to. But this is a guy who had a big hit last year. If you watch Southeastern game, whenever they were at Southeastern, he pinch hits, pulls the ball down the line, scores a couple runs. We take the lead in the 9th inning or 8th inning. It was late in the game. This is a guy that's got a ton of potential. I have always been a big Ethan Fry fan. And here's the thing about it. If he wanted to, he could transfer and go be a starter somewhere else. This dude has stuck it out, not being in the lineup. He's now a junior. You know, his freshman year, he played 19 games, 2 starts in right field. This is LSUsports.net here. As a true freshman, he hit 263 with a double, 9 RBI, 3 runs scored. I mean, this is a guy that last year played in 34 games with 9 starts before he hurt himself. He got hot, and I mean real hot, at one point, and then dove back into a bag, hurt his shoulder, was never the same. This guy, Ethan Fry, he could have – welcome back, Coach.
Sorry.
He could have transferred out of LSU if he wanted to. He didn't. He's sticking it out. That is awesome. This is a huge depth piece. Again, Coach Rob's walking back in. He might have forgot about this. He might have not, but I'll say it again like I opened this little segment with. We just talked about catcher death, how we got 4 of them. This was the number 1 catcher in Louisiana and number 2 player in Louisiana 2 years ago.
And you stick him in the outfield.
Yeah, and you stick him in the outfield or a DH spot.
Because you have, you have to play.
You got to play other guys. I mean, This is a dude, he's 6'6", 225. This is a monster. And he's got speed.
Yes.
And he can run.
Yes.
Like, you know, this is not a slouch of a player that's just, you know.
Well, look at it too this way. Jared Jones is a catcher.
Yeah, true.
So if
you know what he's not? A third baseman. Don't put him there.
They've been working him.
I don't like
Apparently he looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly.
I know he's got a big arm, but I don't like it.
I'll believe it when I see it.
All right, so, Coach, I just covered Ethan Fry a little bit. I'm sure you'll have some stuff to say here in just a second because we're going to go to our outfield situation. We just covered catchers.
Oh, boy.
Then we covered the infield situation. Now we got the outfield situation. Again, extremely crowded. Here's the number 4 over-under number. What a problem to have for LSU because you're starting Jake Brown. You're starting Ashton Larson. Some people are saying you're starting Josh Pearson. I don't think so. I think you're starting star freshman Derek Curiel. And guess what? You also got people saying, Auburn transfer, Chris Stanfield's going to play. So here you go. Take your pick. I just named 5 for 3 spots, assuming that DH is taken by one of the catchers, which we said earlier. And then you still got Fry and McPaul on the bench.
I don't know.
You got 7 guys that can be starters for any team in the country to be 3 spots. Good luck.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't because so you look at it in my opinion, I think you put Jake Brown in center, you have Ashton Larson in right, and then left. If I'm Jay Johnson, if I'm Jay Johnson, but if I'm in Jay Johnson's head, Jay Johnson's thinking you have to start Pearson in left. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, I do think that'll be the starting lineup. I think the starting outfield day 1, just because it's Pearson, will be from left to right.
Correct.
Pearson, Brown, Larson. Now,
but in my opinion, Pearson is probably the most clutch pinch hitter I've ever seen in LSU history.
I would just say not in LSU history, but he is a very clutch hitter.
Who would you put it?
When he comes up in certain situations, it seems like he always comes through.
No, but I mean he'll be 0 for 4, right? So you wouldn't say best clutch hitter, because he'll probably have runners on base.
I mean, there was times where he hit like after Jared Jones last year because of what he does.
Yeah, but like in the 8th or 9th, you give him an at bat.
Absolutely.
He's fucking hitting either a nuke, a double, he's driving a run in, whatever. So in my opinion, he's the best clutch pinch hitter. Right behind, actually he's second, right behind, what's his name? Pitcher, P.O. Todd Peterson.
Dude.
Was it Todd?
Yeah, that came and hit the double down the line. Yeah.
Yes, Coach. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I never hit
in my life.
Yeah.
I was a PO. They let me hit BP and I hit nukes, but dude, the best interview ever.
Yeah, it is a great interview. I mean, this is.
But dude, like with Pearson coming back, I wish he wouldn't have. Yeah, love Josh Pearson. I think he's a great LSU player. I think he's a great LSU guy.
He's a great foundation guy. He's a guy that came to LSU as a freshman, is now a senior. It's not something you see very often. He is a foundation piece, is what he is.
But I wish he would have done what Ben Napolt did and become a coach, a graduate assistant.
Yeah.
Right. I wish he'd have done that, but he couldn't have. That was the issue because he's a senior this year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's one of the 4.
Yes. Yeah. So he's a senior this year, so he's a junior last year. So he technically hadn't graduated yet.
Yeah.
So he had no option. He wasn't getting drafted.
No.
You're not getting drafted at 5'11" and 195 or whatever you said earlier.
Yeah, hitting 250.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not getting drafted like that. And if you are, it's like late rounds, like 20th, which I don't even know if they have a 20th round.
20th is the most they go now. It used to go up to like 40. So
okay, exactly. So it sucks, but you have a clutch hitter, right?
Yeah. You got a glue guy. So every locker room needs a glue guy. Years ago, it was Riley Cooper.
Look, he just made that catch in left field.
Yeah.
Didn't double him up, but, I mean, this is in World Series Game 1.
Yeah,
and he just made this jumping catch to save the game pretty much.
Years ago, those glue guys were the guys that's been there for a long time, right? From freshman to senior year, it was your Riley Cooper. It was your Gavin Dugas. It was your Alex Bregman. It was your Kumar. Kumar. That's not right. Kramer Robertson. It was
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle?
Yeah. It was these guys that were there from.
You forgot one name.
Beloso. Gosh, yeah. It was these kind of guys that's what they do stat wise is not going to stand out. What they do locker room wise does stand out.
You gotta remember,
it's the guy that every single, if you watch an MLB team and they sign an Andrew McCutchen,
right,
Albert Pujols, if Trout was to get traded, Bryce Harper, they're glue guys in the locker room. Like Kutch for those other guys I named superstars.
Andrew McCutchen
right?
signed a 1-year deal with the Pirates again when he should have fucking retired.
Yeah,
Kutch used to be there.
Kutch used to be a star.
Yep.
Kutch is now the experienced vet glue guy that you need in a locker room, and that is exactly what Josh Pearson is right now.
Yep.
Is he a guy that should be getting everyday starts? Absolutely not. Not when you have these guys that's ready. Stanfield's better than him. Derek Curiel, who everybody's raving about, star freshman. I mean, this fall hit 388 with a 522 on base percentage. Jay Johnson came out and said how much he's already separated himself from the outfield. Like, star. Jake Brown, better than him. Ashton Larson, better than him. But when it comes down to the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs and a guy on second, you need 1 run to score. Who do you want at the plate? You want Josh fucking Pearson at the plate.
Yep.
I don't want Tommy White at the plate. I want Josh fucking Pearson at the plate.
Like we mentioned, we have a total of 4 seniors on this team.
Yeah.
2 of them are returning. 2 of them are transfers. Last year, you had who? You had Milazzo, graduate student. You had Travinsky, graduate student. Who else you had? I mean, you had
seniors last year.
Not necessarily as seniors, but like
You had Nate.
older guys. Like Nate.
Yeah.
Kristen Little was there for last year.
Yeah, you had some
Or
guys.
The last 2 years.
It's just
Will Helmers.
Yeah.
Been there for a while.
Dutt.
Right. Dudden been there for a while. Ben DePolt been there for a while. I'm just trying to look.
Milazzo, Travinsky. I mean, you can list off a couple guys.
Yeah. You can list off a couple guys. Like Thatcher Hurd. Yeah, he transferred, but he was still there for 2 years.
And look what Thatcher Hurd did. During the World Series run, this is the biggest bullpen piece we had.
Yes.
And then Jay Johnson comes out last year, which I don't think anybody disagreed with. I mean, I kind of disagreed with it because I loved him out the pen, but give him the start. And like you had to tell me, because I texted you, bitching. I went to game one. I was there for opening day with the cannon in the outfield. Right center field is fucking dope.
Yep.
Like, brought one of my customers and his son. They had a great time, And I was like, why the fuck is he starting? This is bullshit. He shouldn't be starting. He's a great bullpen piece. And you even texted, because I think he gave up like 6.
Yeah.
To nobody.
Look at his first 2 starts.
And you said, look at his first start against Southern, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was Southern.
And he went 3 1/3 or 3 2/3 and gave up like an 8.
Yeah.
Or some nonsense.
It was insane.
And then, was the biggest piece we had in the bullpen going to the World Series.
Yep.
And winning the World Series, essentially. Yep. So
they tried it again. Didn't fucking work.
Yeah, they tried it again. It didn't work. But, I mean, dude, look. Assuming Jake Brown, Ashton Larson gets the start, let's just assume that here for a second. You're down to Pearson, Fry, McPaul, Stansfield, who's the number 79 player in the portal from Auburn. Incarnate Word transferred Dalton Beck, who was the number 34 transfer portal player, and superstar freshman Derek Curiel. 6 guys for 1 spot.
Now, and I told you earlier, you don't go grab a transfer piece to sit the bench.
Yeah.
So Stanfield, in my opinion, is going to get the start. And I think he's going to start in center.
But what about Incarnate Word transfer, who was the 34th ranked player, versus Auburn transfer, who was the 79th ranked player? Auburn transfer, here's the numbers right here. Stanfield, 279, 4 homers, 25 RBIs, 9 stolen bags.
But what are their fielding percentages?
I don't have that part.
Exactly.
Incarnate, I don't care about fielding percentage.
Dude, Stanfield can cover.
Fuck the field.
From right field to left field.
We got pitching next to cover. I got pitching. Fuck defense. I want runs. I want guys that score. And Incarnate Word transfer Dalton Beck, number 34 player in the portal, hit 377, so 101 point increase. 20 doubles, 18 homers, which is a 14 homer increase, 67 RBIs, which is a 42 RBI increase. And then you got superstar freshman, who's Jay Johnson says already separated himself. So let's just say, based off of what Jay Johnson said, Derek Curiel has separated himself from the field in the outfield. That's your starter. Jake Brown, got to be a starter. This dude's superstar potential. Ashton Larson or Josh Pearson, just because it's Pearson. Okay? So let's just call it Pearson. So now on the bench, you got Larson, Fry, McPaul, Stanfield, and Dalton Beck.
Which is bullshit. In my opinion, watching Stanfield cover outfield, because I saw it with Auburn last year.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
And you see it a little bit in the fall this year. Watching Stanfield cover the outfield, he reminds me of a combination of the 2 damn near greatest outfielders LSU's had. Okay, I'll put them in top 5. Both of them. And they both played on the same field.
But who's he playing for?
Dude,
Pearson?
And that's
It has to be Pearson. It has to be Pearson. If you got Larson over, in my opinion, as we talked about before we started, you cannot have Larson and Pearson in the same lineup. I don't yes, having 2 guys or having 1 guy in Larson that hit 298 last year and Pearson at like 257. I don't want average guys. I need doubles.
Jay Johnson hates putting 2 lefties back to back.
Yeah, but I don't care about 2 lefties back to back. I'm talking about average here.
I know you don't care.
No, I'm talking about average here, though. I don't want, my superstar first baseman hit 298 with 28 homers last year. That's average. That's power.
Okay. All right. So let me bring this back up.
I don't want 6 guys in my lineup that hit for average.
Let me bring this back up.
2 guys that hit for average and 6 that hit for power.
When we heard Braswell was starting at shortstop,
Or 7 that hit for power.
when we heard Braswell starting at shortstop, he's going to be in an everyday lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we looked at his numbers.
Yep.
He hit 265, 270.
It might have been less than that, but only 2 homers.
And we were like, why the fuck is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Stanfield hit what? You got
276 with 4 homers.
Okay. I'll take 276. Put him in outfield. Dude, he reminds me of Leon Landry and Jared Mitchell.
But
and it's not just because he's black.
You take 276 and 4 homers, but you got Dalton Beck who hit 377 and 18 homers.
But not in the SEC. That's my issue, right? So he played at Auburn. Stanfield played at Auburn.
Paul Skeens didn't pitch in the SEC.
Yeah, but Paul Skeens is a different animal. Different animal.
This cat might be a different animal.
We don't know. Because at the time, we needed pitching. And we got Skeens.
Okay, so who's Stanfield playing for? If you got Brown and Larson starting, who's he playing for?
Pearson. He's got
your opening day lineup's got Pearson in it. And Larson.
Because I thought like Jay Johnson. You have to get Pearson the nod. You have to. LSU guy, glue guy,
I agree, but if he's getting the nod, Jake Brown and Ashton Larson are my 2 starters otherwise, aside from that.
Ashton Larson and Jake Brown should not come off the field. Now, every lineup I've seen in the fall says Jake Brown's the DH.
Yes.
Which is bullshit to me.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like it at all. But I can understand it. Right? From last year's error, he might still be kind of shook up.
No, put him back in center field where he's a star.
Okay. Okay. Let him pitch. Fuck it.
He's got like 93 from the left side.
I know. He was highly recruited as a left-handed pitcher.
Let's see what he actually was. He's 6'2", 205.
He was very highly recruited as a pitcher.
Okay, so he was number 1 player in the state.
Right.
He was the number 18th left-handed pitcher in the nation.
Yep.
He was 2023 Gatorade Player of the Year. At Sulphur High, which is no slouch. Sulphur High is a 5A school.
Sulphur's the shit.
He went 10-2 with a 1.71 ERA, surrendering just 39 hits in 73 2/3 innings, while striking out 118 batters.
Yeah,
dude, stud. I'm not
He's a
debating
stud, but
it.
he hasn't pitched in a year, right?
Yeah.
So like Gavin Guidry's a badass shortstop.
Yep. But they made him a pitcher.
So put him at shortstop,
and now he'll never see the field.
And let him. Yeah.
So look, Jade. We were just watching Mikey Matuk, right? What's the name of his podcast?
Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up on Matuk.
Well, yeah, we'll
I
give him a
met
shout
him
out.
one time. I met him and Jared Jones.
Jared
Jones. Jared Mitchell.
I met him and his wife at a Saints game. They were actually, so me and Victoria were walking in, and they were right behind us, and Victoria knows his wife.
Okay.
I can't think of her name. It starts with A, but I can't think of her name. And so, like, they chit-chatted for a second, and I introduced myself to him or whatever. But, obviously I knew who he was because I follow LSU. But anyway, look, the thing about this team is it's so deep. The starting 9, we're going to see for the first, until we get to SEC play, which even during SEC play, I'd be willing to bet $100 we never see the same starting 9. And I'm not talking about just players. We might see the same players starting 9, but lineup shuffling.
Lineup-wise, we won't see it.
Lineup shuffling is going to be crazy. And look, I was on here last year, and you agreed with me too here. I was very stern on pick a 9 and go with it because you had 7 that you knew were never coming out the lineup.
Correct.
Right? You had 7. This year, in my opinion, you have 3.
Yep.
In my opinion, Jones, Milan, Braswell never come out the lineup. And if you want to swap Braswell for Jake Brown, fine. That I'm fine with that. But you know what? I haven't followed Dickinson's career, even though everybody says he's an absolute stud.
I'm about to say you can probably put him as 4.
You probably can. But being the guys that I have followed closely, watched every single game they played, Milan, Braswell, Jones not coming out the lineup this year. That's it. That's the only 3.
Pearson's for sure coming out of the lineup.
Pearson is definitely coming out the lineup.
He's going to be in and out.
Yep, he will be in and out.
Right.
He is not going to be in every day, all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you will see, as long as they don't slide, Malam, Jones, Braswell. If Pearson starts to slide, it's over with. He's coming out of the lineup. And it just is what it is. He'll come in and pinch hit for somebody when they bring in a righty late in the game and you need a lefty at the plate. I'm not going to be near as stern on Jay Johnson this year for lineup swapping because
we got one more.
All right, because you're so deep. Like, this team is deep, so that's where I stick with that. But
we got papers everywhere.
Yeah, you got anything else to add to the outfield situation?
Dude, I don't think Pearson belongs.
Look, I don't either, but I also
that old little like tune is like, one of these things just doesn't belong here, and it's Pearson, to be honest with you. Like I think Pearson is a very, very clutch hitter, right? I think that he's going to go down as one of the greats in LSU history, just because people remember him just being clutch,
yeah,
right. But at the same time, you have guys that are better than him.
Yeah, and you got to get those guys at bats. Look, I understand the whole Jay Johnson not wanting 2 righties in a row, not wanting 2 lefties, whatever the case may be. But as a coach that has title expectations from the fans, from the administration, from your higher-ups, from the team, from your coaching aspect, you want your best players to get the most at bats. Plain and simple. I don't care if it's 4 straight righties. I don't care if it's 9 straight lefties. I don't give a shit. You want your best players getting the most at bats.
Yep.
The one thing I'm going to hit on before we get to the pitching situation and then our projected lineup, we talked about it before. Like, let's make an opening day lineup and let's make a mid-SEC lineup because they will be completely different.
Yeah.
You got Jared Jones in the 4. On your lineup. I have him in the 3. Jared Jones has to get in that bat in the first inning. I can't wait for that.
But okay,
and then that's the only point that I want to make to my best hitters have to get in that bat. We saw last year in the Supers, Jay Johnson put Tommy White at leadoff.
Yeah.
Because your best hitter has to get at bats.
Okay, so that's like the Phillies putting who at leadoff?
Harper.
Are you stupid?
No, their best hitter is Bryce Harper. Are you debating that?
No, Schwarber. But you look at Kyle Schwarber and you go, that's not a fucking leadoff hitter. What are they doing?
Well, yeah, I know who their leadoff is, but you said it's like the Phillies putting who at first.
Okay, but I'm saying Schwarber was their leadoff. Like, damn near all fucking year.
Yeah, he was all year. Yep. Well, I look at Tommy White the same way, but pitch 1 can change the game with him. Correct. If you're talking about Braswell or Malam versus Tommy White hitting leadoff,
yeah.
Like, yes, obviously I want Tommy White in the 3 hole where those 2 guys can possibly get on base and I got a chance for 2 RBIs, 3 RBIs with a homer.
Yep.
Right? But say you're the away team and you need a statement right off the bat. Kyle Schwarber and Tommy White's that statement right off the bat.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber in the bigs, Tommy White in NCAA baseball, D1
Possibly
ball.
it with the A's.
You know what I'm saying? Like, pitch 1, fastball down the middle, you make that mistake, they come out their shoes swinging, bang, 1-0 and pitch 1. Guess who got all the momentum now? And that's why the Phillies do what they do, is because you got that guy there. And then you go Trey Turner, Bryce Harper. Good luck.
Yeah. No,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And same thing here with LSU last year. What we saw a big difference in Supers and SEC tournament. You put Tommy White, and he's got double off the bat. He's got homer, first pitch, first at bat. It changes the whole outlook of the game because LSU was not good. So you're the away team. There's more tickets sold, and there's more hometown or home team fans in the ballpark. LSU travels well. Everybody knows that. LSU is probably the best traveling fan base in the country, whether basketball, football, baseball, gym, soccer, whatever it may be, LSU's the best traveling team in the country.
They show up with fucking trailers and shit.
Yeah.
With all their tailgate shit.
And you throw an outnumbered LSU fan base.
Can we get your company to sponsor a tailgate?
I'll try. But you throw an outnumbered LSU fan base at a game, and you just made a change of Tommy White, your leadoff, and first pitch, second pitch, third pitch, they hang a fucking curveball or something, and Tommy White goes bang, and home crowd goes silent because all of a sudden it's 1-0. It's 1-0 top of one. You don't have an out, and here comes 2, 3, 4 coming up, which is Milan Braswell and fucking Jared Jones. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
You know, the whole momentum changes there. And Kyle Schwarber, you know, that's just the guy that you use. And we could talk about a bunch of different guys in MLB that do that. You know, Trout's done it lead off. Biggio did it lead off a couple times. Like Shohei. I mean, Mookie when he was with the Sox. Like, there's a lot of guys that pitch one of the game can change the momentum of the game.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that was kind of Jay Johnson's mentality there. Do I see Jared Jones leading off a game this year? No shot. Your lineup's too deep.
Yeah.
Right? Jared Jones is not leading off a game, but I need Jared Jones to get in that bat.
Right.
And that's the only point that I'm trying to make with that part of it was, you know, lineup shuffling. If LSU plays 68 games this year, I would make a bet that Jared Jones is the 3-hole in 68 out of 68 games.
I'd be willing to make a bet that he's in the lineup 63 out of 68.
Okay, a couple midweek games off.
I think that's safer.
Couple midweek games off.
That's
okay.
safer.
Okay, but 3-hole those 63 games, or 4-hole or 2-hole, like
3 or 4.
Yeah,
3 and 4. He doesn't go out of 3 or 4.
Yeah, that was the only point that I was trying to make.
Yeah,
I know I went on a big rant right there.
No, it's okay.
I was trying to give different.
No, it's
all right. Let's go to the pitching standpoint of this, because we know pitching was LSU's probably downfall last year. After Holman and Jump, we didn't have a solid number 3 guy. We didn't have a solid midweek guy. Cade Anderson kind of did his thing a little bit.
We tried to put Christian Little in there.
Moffitt.
Cam Johnson, Javen Coleman, Will Helmers, Fidel Yola.
He got a couple midweek starts.
Yeah, like he's like Nate Ackenhausen. Like he's kind of tried. Like Thatcher, fucking. These are all guys that left. Sam Dutton made a couple starts.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like we had so much trouble. And this year, here's our over. We have a problem, and it's such a good problem to have.
It's such a good problem. LSU lost 10 of their 12 most used pitchers, whether it be the draft, graduating, transfer, or just moving on with life because they didn't get drafted.
And who are the 2 left?
Cade Anderson, Gavin Guidry.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
good job. I'm glad you got that right.
Oh, absolutely. I tested you on that earlier, so I definitely knew who they were. But this pitching rotation and this pitching incoming class, keep in mind that yes, we had a good amount of transfers. We're going to get to all the transfers. We're going to break them all down here in just a few minutes. But LSU signed out of high school 4 pitchers out of high school. 4 this year, okay? I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit. But those 4 are headliner Will Schmidt from Catholic, 98-mile-per-hour fastball.
Projected 9th overall in the draft.
Projected 9th, and then if you keep looking, he slid to 19 because some other guys from college ended up sliding up, and then he said, fuck the MLB. Like, I'm going to LSU. That's where I want to be.
Called Jay Johnson 2-3 hours before the draft and said, hey, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And they completely took him out.
Yeah, completely took him out. He got drafted in the 20th round just as if you decide to change your mind.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, just in case. 20th round, those guys rarely make it anyway. So you got the headliner, William Schmidt from Catholic here. He's 98, 99. Got a curveball, 3,000 spin rate, which is insane. Not many MLB pitchers have a 3,000 spin rate on their curveball.
Yeah, he was disgusting.
Like
I've seen videos of him at Catholic.
Yeah. Oh, he's
And
gross.
just disgusting.
And then the other one is Kason Evans. He's a righty. Second team All-Texas. Okay, that's no slight there. Second team All-Texas, Kason Evans, absolute dog. You got this kid, Cooper Williams, who was ranked the 12th best left-handed pitcher in the country. And then you got a kid, massive righty. This dude's 6'9". He's the number one player in Massachusetts. His uncle is current MLB pitcher Alex Cobb. He's got one of the best names, much less baseball names, ever that I've heard. Maverick Rizzi. Dude is an absolute monster. He can add probably 5 or 8 more miles per hour once he gets with the right pitching coaches. Hopefully Nate can get him that where he's touching 100, 101 consistently. But that's their big four that they added from high school.
What's I mean, I got it pulled up right here, but what is Maverick Rizzi's height and weight, please? Because you did not say it.
I said 6'9". I did.
I don't think I didn't hear it.
I said big righty, 6'9". His uncle's current MLB pitcher.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
6'9", 253.
Yeah.
He's a big fuck.
Dude is an absolute tank. I can't wait to watch him throw. That's your headliners coming out of high school.
Number one player in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Not to mention that coming back from Tommy John, 2 guys that LSU desperately needed last year and was counting on before they went down. 6'8". We just talked about 6'9", 253 Maverick Rizzi. 6'8", 245. Chase Shores, who I cannot wait. Friday, February 14th.
We haven't really seen him pitch.
Friday, February 14th. This guy's got to get the ball.
Gotta be.
He's got to get the ball.
Unless you give it to somebody else.
If you have heard me all year long talk about Chase Shores, the few times that we've talked about LSU baseball, I am a dead set, give me 100 out of the bullpen. Chase Shores needs to be your closer, got to be the shutdown guy, blah, 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 blah. Everything that I've seen is Friday night, number one starter on the mound, Chase Shores, because you got a guy that we're going to get to. His name's Connor Ware, that came from a college transfer. That's a lefty, 6'3" lefty, 6'4". No, not him.
Not from Auburn.
That's Cohen, who we're going to get to here in just a second. Connor Ware's not.
Connor
Ware's from Pearl River.
That's it.
6'4" lefty who should be the closer. We just watched something that said he might be the Sunday starter. No shot, but whatever. But Chase Shores got to be Friday night guy. I guess game one is Friday afternoon guy because that game's at 2:00 opening day.
Yeah, it's true.
Chase Shores, 6'8", 245 on the mound. We're going to see 98 from the right side. Wipe out, breaking stuff. Can't wait to see him on the mound. It's going to be so great.
I would say let's watch that game together, but it is Valentine's Day, and my woman is expecting something out of me.
She's not going to be working till 5? That game's at 2. I know you get off at 2:30. I'll be watching it on the screen at work. 100% texting you every single pitch.
So on Fridays, I get off at 2. So I'll be damn near home or at the gym.
Yeah.
By the time I might take an off day that day.
Yeah. It's going to be a great day.
We'll see. But yeah, okay, so you'll be at work. Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot it was a 2:30 start.
Yeah, 2:00. I think it's 2.
Is it 2?
I'm pretty sure it's 2
Hold on.
o'clock.
I got the schedule pulled up.
Pull it up right now. I'm pretty sure it's 2 o'clock.
I have to go
Scroll to the top.
Yep.
To the top.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2
Son
o'clock.
of a bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
I'll be watching on the screen at work.
I'll be watching on my way home.
So, Chase Shores. But, okay, so we know Chase Shores. We know Kate Anderson. We know Gavin Guidry. If you follow any baseball at all, you know who William Schmidt is because he was supposed to be a first-round pick before we go to the draft.
But this sucks. I'm sorry to cut you off, but this sucks.
Yeah, the timing, it's terrible.
First weekend series, you got a 2 o'clock start.
Yep.
On Friday,
and then 1-1.
1 o'clock start on Saturday,
it's so dumb.
and a 1 o'clock start on Sunday.
It's so
Sunday,
dumb.
I understand. That's normally the time that they start.
12 on Sunday normally.
Normally,
Yeah.
but this sucks, dude.
Yeah. It's right in the middle of everything.
Yeah. So hopefully the game will be over by the time Victoria gets home on that Friday on New Year's Eve. I got big plans for us.
I don't have big plans, but I have plans. But my plans are at 6 o'clock.
That's fair.
So game got to be done. Yeah, my plans are at 6 o'clock.
That's fair.
So, all right. So, okay. So you mentioned Wofford, incoming transfer, number 23 player in the portal, Wofford Ace, who again we've already mentioned the North Carolina Regional. Wofford was in the North Carolina Regional. This is their ace, Zach Cohen. We saw him pitch in the postseason, same regional as the Tigers. He only went a slight 10-2 with a 3.35 ERA, 124 strikeouts in 110 innings. He was first team All Southern. He is second team ABCA All Region. I'll have to look and see what that is. I don't really know. But he led Wofford to, guess what he led Wofford to, Coach?
What?
Their first NCAA regional game win ever in the history of Wofford baseball. Zach Cohen coming to the Tigers. He was their number one guy. I believe he's going to slot right into the number 2 slot. If I don't see him on Saturday, I'll be very disappointed. But if you're not going to throw him Saturday, maybe you wait till Sunday because they got another transfer from UC San Diego, Anthony Ianson, number 4 player in the transfer portal. He was all Big West, second team, went 6-2 with a 3.07 ERA in 82 innings, had 85 strikeouts, and here's the big kicker right here. Opponent batting average was a mere 190.
Disgusting. Again, we have a problem.
We are over. If you bet the over, let us know. We will not pay you anything because we don't have any money, but let us know. And
give us money.
Sponsor us. Find out what day we're going to go to an LSU game. Come find us. Buy us a beer, or we'll buy you a beer.
So I was thinking.
We do have money. We always have money for beer.
So I was thinking. We buy a small generator.
Mm-hmm.
And we bring all the shit.
I have one that can cover this.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. And we do this before we go to the game. Like, if we go to a game this year,
we got to get a smaller flag than that, so that way we can set up on a little table that just...
Well, no, we get a tent. Put overs. A tent, table. I have a table already.
Yeah.
Right? So, tent, table.
Okay. And this.
And this.
And we set it up.
Yeah.
And
we can do what we did for the golf tournament and hang flag on tent.
Yeah.
Right? But behind us.
Okay.
And we can set the cameras up and everything.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I say we do
it on a Saturday game. We get out there early on a Saturday when we don't have nothing to do. We get all set up to where we're not rushing after work on a Friday.
Yeah, or you take off on a Friday.
Well, we got new company, so I got to...
okay.
We got bought out, so
understood.
Kind of living with that.
Understood.
All right, Edison.
But it's just an idea. I think it'd be so sick.
Oh, yeah, I'm down 100%. But let's get back to some LSU ball here.
That's what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're already like way over time, but it don't matter. It's all good. We don't have nothing
40,
to do.
it's fine.
Yeah. All right, so we got 20 minutes to finish off the rest of this, which really isn't that much. So we're good. We already covered the last page. Yeah, we covered the last page, so we're on this page right here. Which one are you on?
I don't know. I haven't been following along. We've just been
That's the
listening.
one. That's the one that we're on right there.
Okay.
So, we're going to the third bullet point here. Incoming transfer, Nichols State pitcher Jacob Myers. He was number 17 in the portal. This is a guy that reminds me a lot of Cam Johnson from the right side. Okay, Cam Johnson, we know if you watch LSU, he's going to Oklahoma State now. He transferred out.
No, Oklahoma. Not State.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Oklahoma State.
No,
okay.
It's Oklahoma because they play them this year.
All right, I believe you.
They're in the SEC now. He transferred. He stayed in the SEC.
Okay, I believe you. So anyway, his downfall is that he leads the country in walks last year. But when he finds a strike zone, it is dominant. This guy last year, when he finds the strike zone, 45.2% strikeout rate. This is a guy that's got a ton of potential. Played at Nichols. We know Nichols plays LSU every year, sometimes twice a year. This year is definitely twice a year. First week of the season, February, 14th, 15th, 16th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 17th, 18th, 19th. We're in Nichols. We're in Thibodeau. And then later on in the year, Nichols comes to LSU. So, again, this is a guy that's got some SEC experience based off of some teams that they play midweek. What does that say?
Cameron Johnson, Oklahoma Sooner.
Oh, you're right. Good job, Coach.
That was like the first transfer.
It was.
Yeah. It was him and then Brady Neal.
Yeah. Which really sucked.
Yeah.
Both of them. But,
it's fine.
You know, if Nate Yetzke can get this guy finding a strike zone, he's a monster, dude. Like, another guy that is just extremely tall. I think he's like 6'5", 6'6", something like that. Where's he at?
So if you look on LSU's Facebook, LSU Baseball Facebook,
6'5", 220. Like,
if you look on LSU Baseball's Facebook, they have him throwing and like K-ing guys, like striking guys out.
Yeah, strikeout rate's 45.2%.
Like in this fall. So
yeah,
maybe
when it's there,
maybe Nate got him.
Yeah,
when
he finds his zone, I mean, it's dominant stuff. When he finds his zone, it's fucking dominant, man.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I'd love to talk to him. You know, like see kind of where his head's at. You know, like what's the difference between last year and this year? Like if he has found it, like what has Nate changed about him?
Yep.
You're a Nichols guy.
You want me to reach out?
I think so.
I'll reach out to him and see what happens.
I mean, I might be able to reach out to like Peyton, Peyton Cadu, because his little brother played shortstop.
Yeah.
Cadu was a shortstop, so I mean, maybe like,
right.
You know, maybe that kind of relationship will.
Yeah.
See, I'd love to get an LSU guy in here. It'd be fucking phenomenal.
It'd be sick. Talk to me about that after this episode. I might be able to do something. Actually, I just might be able to do something. All right, let's go. Let's go to our next guy, incoming transfer, who we think will be the closer. I think at least will be the closer.
I think Gavin Guidry.
This guy we just listened to said he's going to be a Sunday starter. I don't see this happening at all. He spent the bulk of the last 2 years a little bit injured. Incoming transfer, Pearl River Community College, big 6'4" lefty, Connor Ware. This is a guy that's going to be mid-90s. He's got a 3/4 slot. Delivery freshman year, he went 3-0 with 17 innings.
It just reminds me of Lower. That's it. That's all it reminds me of. Like big promises, lefty comes 3/4 slot. Like it's Justin.
Yeah, but the numbers look a lot better.
Justin Lower's look
17 innings,
look good.
1.59 ERA, had 28 strikeouts in those 17 innings. This past year as a sophomore, again, he spent the bulk of 2 years on being injured, but last year went 7 appearances, had a 1.8 ERA in 15 innings, had 21 strikeouts. So this is a guy D1 Baseball is raving about. A lot of offseason news has been that he's got plenty of potential. Go ahead with Justin Lower. I got pulled up.
Justin Lower at Xavier. Okay. 29 appearances, made one start, 6-2 record, 1.89 ERA. All right. 7 saves in 57 innings, 63 strikeouts, and opponent's batting average of 182. Again, this shows me Lower.
Well, we hope he's better.
That's what. No, I agree. I do hope he's better.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit bigger than Lower though.
Lower was. Let's see. Hold on. Lower was 6'5".
Okay, maybe not.
214.
And he's 6'4", 221.
It's a little thicker.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he's a little bit more over the top than Lower was. I know Lower was more sidewinder.
Yeah, Lower was more side.
I think he's a little bit more over the top.
Okay.
So maybe not as flat as Stuff. He might have a little bit more down angle.
And where'd he come from?
He came from Pearl River. Yeah,
okay.
Pearl River.
I like them Southern guys. I did.
Yeah. So speaking of Southern guys,
where's he from?
I don't know. Click on him and see. I got it.
No,
I got him right here.
I got the roster.
I know, but I got him right here. He is from Madison, Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Southern guys.
Yeah. So speaking of Southern guys, another transfer pitcher, Chandler Dorsey, number 22 in the portal. He was UCF's primary closer, 8 saves, 30 innings.
USF.
What did I say?
CF.
Oh, USF.
Southern Florida.
Yeah. Wow. Primary closer, 8 saves, 30 innings, 40 strikeouts in those 30 innings to the tune of a 3.6 ERA. Opponent batting average was a mere 180. He also played in the Cape Cod League. This is where it gets real interesting. Cape Cod, very good league. That's where a bunch of prospects go to play.
Yes.
Okay. He pitched 8 1/3 innings. He had 13 strikeouts and did not allow a run. So, again, another guy with Gavin Guidry, with Connor Ware. You're talking about 7, 8, 9 right here. Starters, give me 4. And then I got Schmidt. I got Anderson. I got Ianson. I got fucking throw a name out there. I got a guy that can get me 5th and 6th. And then I got these 3 going 7, 8, 9. I mean, my God.
I hope and pray that Schmidt does not come out the pen at all this year.
Yeah.
I hope he's a weekday starter. I
agree.
I hope he's a Sunday starter. I don't care. I hope he's a starter. I want to see how long he can go.
Yep.
And I want to see what he can do.
I hope when SEC play comes to town, I want to see
him against
my
SEC.
weekend. Yeah, my weekend starting rotation, week 1 of SEC play, assuming everybody's healthy, obviously, would be if I had to just put it on paper: Shores, Cohen, Schmidt.
Yep.
That's what I want to see. If you want to take Shores is a surefire answer, right? If you want to take Cohen or Schmidt out for Ianson, fine. I'm A-okay with that. Anderson, I don't think is gonna be that guy. I think he's a midweek guy. I just do. And I like Cade Anderson. He's mid-90s with a fastball. He's got 3 other pitches, all speed that can work. But with the guys coming in and the talent that you brought in, I just don't see it with Cade Anderson. I think week 1 we see Cade Anderson on Saturday or Sunday. And I think Ianson gets the Saturday or Sunday that Cade don't pitch. Yep. I do. But I think when SEC play gets here, Schmidt's going to show enough. Ianson's going to show enough. We got this kid, who's the other one that we just talked about? Shit.
Connor Ware?
Not Ware. Cohen from Wolford. Like, you got 4 guys that can be not just everyday starters for teams, that can be Friday night guys.
Yeah.
In short, throw Shores, Anderson, Cohen, Ianson, Schmidt. You got 5 guys that can be Friday night starters, not for every team out there, but for a lot of teams out there.
Yep.
Again, we're already on the over, so we might as well just keep having it. It's a good problem to have if you're LSU. I mean, you got 5 guys that can be Friday night guys. I mean, it's a good thing to have. And then, also not talked about enough. Coming back from Tommy John surgery, just like Shores is, lefty. Righty. Jaden Newt, man.
Yep.
Jaden Newt. This was the number 1 ranked pitcher, right-handed pitcher, not in Louisiana, not in small Mississippi, not in massive Florida, not in massive Texas, in the biggest state of them all, California. This is the number 1 ranked pitcher in all of California, number 8 overall prospect coming out of high school. This is an absolute dog, okay? Jaden Newt is going to be the guy. Look, we just talked about the 7, 8, 9 guys with the ones that you got right here. But you talking about freaking him coming up in here? Dude, unbelievable the amount of talent that this team has. Just
it's insane.
You got guys that you are saying, okay, we can go, give me 5. If you give me 5 innings, we'll be happy. Because those 5 innings are going to be, here comes Gavin Guidry.
Yep.
Here comes Jacob Myers. Here comes fucking Connor Ware. Yep. Here comes Chandler Dorsey. Here comes Jaden Newt. Here comes a load of anybody. Yeah, anybody that you want to throw out there. Sorry, I'm getting some emails right now
for work.
No, it's my fiance trying to get me to sign in the YouTube TV. And it's going to our email, so she's hit me like.
Where's she at? She's not at the house.
No, she's dog sitting.
Oh,
so she's.
Y'all been dog sitting so much. I'm surprised you're not already logged in over there.
And a guy that's not going to pitch this year, he got hurt. Unfortunately, we'll just do a little quick hit right here.
Hey, do you mind if I grab the last one?
Go ahead, bud.
Thank you, bud.
Thing. I got a quarter of a beer left, so we're fine. And we're almost done. So last guy right here that I want to talk about, another transfer coming from Mount St. Mary, 6'5" righty, number 8 in the portal. Again, he won't pitch this year most likely. He had a knee injury in the summer that's going to keep him out for this year. They're hoping he comes back late. Devin Sheeran.
Devin Williams?
No. Devin Sheeran from Mount St. Mary. Again, number 8 in the portal. This guy is a freshman at Mount St. Mary this past year through 70 innings, 109 strikeouts to only 32 walks. He was the conference rookie of the year. He was a first-team All-MAAC. He led the league in strikeouts as a rookie. So this is the part that really pisses me off about just everything, okay, about all the voting systems and all this shit. Like, for college football, for example, if you're the player of the year, how are you not the Heisman Trophy winner? And if you're the Heisman Trophy winner, how are you not the player of the year? We see this every year, all the time, okay? This is a guy, as I just said, I'm going to go through it again, what he did as a freshman so that way everybody knows. 70 innings, 109 strikeouts to only 32 walks. He was the conference rookie of the year. He was the first team All-MAAC. MAAC, sorry. He led the MAAC in strikeouts, but he was second team All-Freshman country.
Interesting.
Again, this is a guy that's going to miss this whole year, unfortunately. Big 6'5" righty. LSU's got a ton. If he does end up coming back, if they make a regional, super regional host, whatever, World Series, he might see some time there, but not counting on him throughout this whole year. But this is a guy they can look forward to for years to come in the next 2 years. But, dude, you just talk about the guys coming in. Here we are on the last page here. Portal incomers. Look, and then we're going to get to our opening day versus – do you have your SEC lineup?
I can come up with it. It's fine.
No.
I didn't write it
down. Let's just do our opening day. That's fine.
All right.
So, portal incomers, as I said to start my segment off way earlier, we're the number 1 transfer portal in the country. You got portal ranking top 100 here. You got 2, 4, 8, 17, 22, 23, 32, 34, 79. That's your incoming portal rankings there.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of question marks. Who's going to start in the infield? Who's going to start in the outfield? Who's going to be your 3 guys Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Who's going to start the midweek? Who's going to close? This team has so many answers, but also so many questions. And it's the best possible situation that you can be in if you're a coach to have so many answers, but so many questions.
I mean, you would think, right? Like, you would think that, you keeping Braswell.
Yep.
Keeping Jared Jones. Keeping Steven. I mean, obviously you're going to keep Milan.
Right.
But keeping Pearson and to have this potential lineup is fucking insane. Like, even with Pearson in the lineup, you're still, disgusting.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's...
This team's good, dude.
I don't know. I'm adjusting my mic because I lifted my chair up a little bit.
You trying to get more proper like me? Like you made fun of me for?
I'm trying to, yeah, because I'm very. This is one.
The problem is if you scoot too close with those, it's not going to slide under here, so you'll be just stuck.
No, I'm not trying to slide under here. I mean, as long as my knees don't fucking hit the bottom of the table. That's something I need to talk to you about after we're done. But dude, this is just insane.
Yeah, this team's crazy, man.
So, my opening day lineup.
Yeah.
Okay. And we talked about this already before. So this isn't your.
I just had a little hitchy glitch there.
Good. I'm glad you don't need more beer. So my opening day lineup.
Yeah.
Right. So I have Daniel Dickinson starting. He's leading off.
Yep.
All right. He's leading off playing second base.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Milam batting 2-hole, playing short.
Yep.
Then you got Hernandez, DH. Okay. Then you got Jared Jones batting 4-hole, playing first. Jake Brown playing center at the 5-hole. Priester's catching. He's starting catcher, and he's batting 6-hole. Pearson, because I thought Jay Johnson, right?
You don't want righty lefty?
Well,
or you did want righty lefty?
Well, no, yeah, I wanted righty lefty, but also like Pearson's got to be in the lineup if you're Jay Johnson.
Yeah.
Right, you got to put him in opening game lineup. Maybe later on, you take him out, but he's in the lineup for time being. Put him batting 7th hole, playing left field. Okay, Ashton Larson playing right field, batting 8th hole, and at 9th hole you got Michael Braswell, who is the best 9-hole hitter in the whole country.
Yeah.
in the entire country.
Yep, 100%.
So that's my opening game lineup and starter. I have Shores on the mound.
Yep.
Unless you want to be like how they were last year, and go with who you would predict to be your Saturday guy, you pitch in Friday night.
Yeah.
You know, like last year they switched Holman and Jump.
Yep.
Jump was your Friday guy and Holman was your Saturday guy. You could put Shores as a Friday night guy, but your Saturday guy could be whoever at this point.
It's so deep, you're not going to go wrong picking a Saturday, Sunday guy.
Exactly.
And you're not going to go wrong picking a Friday guy either. I mean, let's make that clear. Look, we all think Chase Shores is going to be the guy.
Absolutely.
But
yes,
you take Cade Anderson, which D1 Baseball has Cade Anderson projected number 1. I don't think so, but they got him projected number 1.
Yeah.
So you got Cade, you got I mean, we just went through the 5. If you didn't hear it 2.5 minutes ago, we'll go back and listen.
We'll see on February 14th.
Yeah, February 14th, we're going to see. So I have the same guys in my lineup, except one. I don't have Larson because, as I said earlier, I don't believe you can have Larson and Pearson in the lineup at the same time. I don't see it.
I think you got to start both.
I wouldn't be surprised. I will not be surprised if our outfield is Pearson, Brown, Larson. That won't surprise me one bit. February 14th, that's the lineup.
Yeah.
But if I had to put an opening lineup out there, again, as a former coach, I don't give a shit about righty, lefty. That shit don't matter to me. Give me my best guys.
Yep.
You know, whatever it is. So I got Malam at shortstop going lead off. I got Braz at third going 2. Jared Jones at first going 3. DH and Hernandez in the 4-hole. At second, Dickinson in the 5-hole. Catching power threat himself in the 6-hole. Priester. I got right field going Curiel, center field Brown, left field Pearson. I got switch hitter, righty, 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 lefty, lefty, lefty.
That's not going to fucking happen.
Going in my lineup. I don't care if it's not going to happen. You know what? I don't trust Pearson to hit 5-hole.
I know, but you're not going to have 5 righties in a row.
I don't give a shit. That righty-lefty matchup don't bother me.
I'm sorry. Jay Johnson's not going to have
Jay
5.
Johnson.
He's not going to have 5 righties in a row.
Not when you got 3 lefties in the lineup.
Correct.
Yeah. And I think by the end of all this, I don't see Pearson in the lineup.
Let me restate that claim. You're not going to have 3 lefties in a row.
Yeah.
You might have 5 righties.
Yeah. You'll more likely than not have 5 righties than 3 lefties.
Right. You'll probably have 6 righties before you have 3 lefties.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, look. Go ahead, because I'm closing out. So
look, if you agree with us or you disagree with us, let us know. Right? This is all up for debate. Okay? This is... Obviously, it's a preview. We're not in the clubhouse. We don't have any sources in the clubhouse.
Fact.
Like, if we did, we'd have a little bit more accurate readings. We have what D1 Baseball says.
Really?
We have what Mikey Matuk and Jared Mitchell say. We have what we've seen, the eye test.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
We have all of that.
Correct.
But what we don't have is people telling us what's actually going to fucking happen.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody knows.
No.
I don't think anybody knows.
I think Jay Johnson knows. And that's it.
This kind of like Jared Jones at third base. I'd be willing to put $50 because I'm already up to like $250 right now on my bets tonight. I'd be willing to put $50 that we don't see Jared Jones at third base this year.
If we're being honest with you, I don't see Braswell at third base.
I do.
But they're going to put him there.
Yeah.
He makes all the routine plays. Mm-hmm. So essentially he's Tommy White.
Yeah.
Tommy made all the routine plays. Ball hit 2 feet to his left. He wasn't diving.
Yeah, well.
And he might not catch it. He might just let it go.
Hey, he only had 1 error going in the postseason last year.
Yeah, but what is an error? You know what I mean? We've had that argument before.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke.
You know what I mean? So
an error just needs to be taken out of the stat book is what it needs to be taken.
Well,
But anyway.
But yeah, so that's my take on it. So go ahead and close this out, Coach.
Yeah. Look, it's a fun episode. We started with Sasaki. We had breaking news. I mean, literally 2 minutes before we started, that Sasaki signed with the Dodgers. What a starting staff they have. What a starting staff LSU has. This team can be so good. Paper says they're so good. Stats say they're so good. But you still have to play the game. If paper won championships, Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Red Sox would win a championship every year, and it don't happen.
If paper won championships, rock and scissors would not be a thing.
There you go. Well, I mean, paper beats rock, so rock
beats it. So scissors would still be a thing, but paper would not.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, man. Look, I was excited for today. I know Coach Rob was also excited for today. I was pumped up for it last time until Coach brought me down, but it's right because we made up for it this time. What are we, 2 hours and something in at this point?
2 hours and 7 seconds.
Look, 2 hours 7 seconds in. This is a very important episode. We broke down a lot. This is not a 30-minute episode where we just rush through everything, or even our normal hour and 15 where it seems like we can rush a little bit. We wanted to take our time in this. We purposely didn't schedule anything for today. For this evening, for tonight, whatever we're recording at. I feel like we've been doing this from the morning to the evening to the night now because it's been so long.
Yeah, no, at this point,
this was on purpose. We hope that you tune in for the whole 2 hours and 5 minute episode, however long this is going to be. Hopefully my closing don't take 4 minutes, but if it does, whatever. LSU, man, if you can't tell, we're stoked. We are less than 30 days away. February 14th, we're here Friday, January 17th. So what does that equal? 28 days away from some LSU baseball kicking off at 2 o'clock.
You want me to count?
And you can do what you want to do, Coach. But I can't wait. I know Coach Rob can't wait. LSU baseball, man, we live for it. We die for it. We love this team. We love this state. We love the city. We love going. We're going to be at a couple games. If you're tuning in on YouTube right now and you're from the States, you plan on going, hit your boys up. Let us know that you're going to be there. Follow our Facebook page. Follow our X page, Instagram page. Coach Rob made us a TikTok, even though it's getting banned in 2 days.
You are correct, 28 days.
Stay tuned with us here. You will know when the boys from Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered goes to the game. We would love to meet you. We'd love to talk to you. We've already talked about setting up. Come pass by, say hello, tell us that you love us, tell us that you hate us, and we'll try to convince you to love us. But if you keep listening, you must like something, whether it's a laugh, whether it's looking at our ugly faces, or the fact that we drink beer on the episode. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, LSU baseball in full right here, 2 hours, 2 minutes. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Coach Jace. This is Coach Rob. We are the boys with Diamond Deck Discussions, and we are unfiltered.